Jack Doherty's dad is actually insane.
All right, Dad, what's one thing on your bucket list?
To buy me a mansion full of OnlyFans girls? To buy me a mansion full of OnlyFans girls?
Wait, what? A father casually telling his son that his dream is to own a mansion packed wall to wall with OnlyFans girls? That's not just wild, it's flat out bizarre. And the craziest part? He's saying it right in front of his kid like it's normal family talk.
Why is your dad saying this? Is this not weird to anyone else?
If your own dad is openly hyping up the same mansion fantasy as you, is anyone really surprised that the son grew up to be Jack Doherty? Like, come on. What father brags about that in public without even flinching? It's not just off. It's straight up embarrassing. And people online are asking the same thing. Is this not weird to him? Does he not see how strange this looks? Or maybe he doesn't care at all, because let me show you why.
Oh no, guys, she's outside.
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you.
You get it through your head that I'm suing you for all the money you made?
Dad, I'm here. It's the Karen.
And he's harassing me.
Look, house is right there. Ding dong ditch. See if anybody comes outside. You just did it, boys. I'm so scared. They have a ring doorbell. Hello.
Are you kidding me? I'm telling my husband's cool.
Check out this clip. Jack gifting his dad a $60,000 Rolex presidential watch, just casually flexing like it's nothing. We'll dig into that Rolex later, but here's the point. Jack Doherty started stacking cash early and fast. At first, it looked harmless, like just another kid blowing up on YouTube. But over time, he switched lanes from fun pranks to straight harassment, making chaos his brand. Everything seemed cool until Jack hit the stage of the Dr. Phil show. You know the deal? Dr. Phil drags kids like this into the spotlight, the ratings go crazy, and somehow the clout only gets bigger. Jack, not even 18 at the time, looked Phil in the eye and promised he'd stop making toxic harassment content once he turned legal age. Sounds noble, right? Except he broke that promise before the ink on his words even dried. Because truth is, Jack Doherty has built his whole rep on being one of the most hated creators online, and he leaned into it. He even sat down on Logan Paul's podcast and proudly admitted he bought a house with his own money. But guess what? He put the title under his dad's name. Think about it for a second. Your teenage son is raking in millions before he can even legally drink. What are you supposed to do as a parent? You might act like you don't approve, shake your head for the cameras, but then, boom, you're right there in the videos with him cashing in on the same lifestyle.
You say you need to get out all of your obnoxious behavior before you turn 18 because then you become an adult.
Yeah, that's true.
And then your accountability gets to be a lot higher, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening with Jack Doherty and his family. It's not parenting, it's show business. Honestly, Logan Paul should have seen what Jack was really training for because this kid mastered overacting better than any WWE star. Every time the camera rolls, it's not just content, it's a performance. And Jack has made himself the most hated internet disaster of the moment. One of the wildest moments? Jack flexing his new $10 million mansion, all paid for through his OnlyFans empire, and inviting his dad over like it's a family reunion. In the video, his father puts on this fake angry face, acting like he's mad about how Jack makes his money. But come on, you could see right through it. He wasn't angry at all. Because who's really upset when their son is making bank by skimming 50% off OnlyFans girls' earnings? Here's where it gets even more twisted.
What'd you say just now?
I bought a house.
How is that possible? You're 12.
It's my money, but like under my dad's name.
Jack's parents keep going back and forth. In one breath, they're all, we don't like what Jack's doing. He's being disrespectful. We want him to chill. But in the next, they're posing in the mansion, rocking luxury gifts and living off the wealth. That's not regret. That's profit dressed up as concern. And let's be real, if I ever pulled something like that, taking half of someone else's OnlyFans money, my parents would have thrown me out the house before I could even explain myself. What about you? If your parents found out you were getting rich off a 50% commission like that, would they clap for you or drag you straight out the door? And if you thought the OnlyFans mansion talk was the worst role Jack's dad ever played in his life, brace yourself, because it gets even darker. Remember when Jack Doherty totaled his McLaren a few months back? He was blasting down the road at nearly 70 kilometers an hour, phone in hand, and ended up crashing hard.
Possible. You're 12.
It's my money, but like under my dad's name.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And I want you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
How much money have you made from YouTube at 15 years old?
Take a guess. I'll say higher or lower.
Okay, great. Wow, you've been PR trained. You've been media trained.
Most parents would have sat their kid down, laid down the law, and told him to stop acting reckless before he kills himself or somebody else. But Jack's dad, He did the exact opposite. Instead of teaching him accountability, his father jumped in as the ultimate defense attorney, blaming everyone else for daring to criticize Jack. He actually went out of his way to claim Jack didn't do anything wrong. And get this, he said Jack wasn't on his phone at the exact second of impact. He had just been on it minutes earlier. Like that somehow makes it better. So according to Jack Doherty's father, fiddling with your phone for 5 to 10 seconds while speeding on a wet, rainy road isn't reckless, it's just normal behavior. Can you imagine him saying that in front of a judge? I'd pay to see the look on the court's face when he tries to excuse that logic. And this isn't a one-time slip either. Jack's dad has built a whole pattern around this. Every time Jack steps out of line, he swoops in with the same excuse. Jack didn't do anything wrong. It's the critics who are wrong. So here's where it gets wild.
Man, good man. If you bought a house, where do you live?
New York.
Okay.
Where in
No,
New
not in Long Island. But the house isn't in Long Island.
Where in Long Island? Where'd you buy the house, kid?
I in like Tennessee or something. I'm not sure.
You bought a house in Tennessee.
Why?
Because
Randomly?
that's where like the ROI is the highest.
ROI.
What, kid?
Return on investment. What do you?
Kick tried to shamelessly cash in on Jack Doherty's chaos by unbanning him, thinking his antics would drive traffic. But guess what? Within a week, they had to slam the ban hammer right back down after he pulled another reckless stunt. Instead of boosting their brand, it made Kick look sloppy and desperate, and their reputation took another hit. That's the risk of letting someone like Jack loose. You give him a stage and he burns it down. But if you're still wondering why Jack acts the way he does, buckle up, because this next part about his dad is going to blow your mind. There's actual video footage of Jack at just 12 or 13 years old, behind the wheel of a car, with his father's blessing. His dad literally handed him the keys and let him drive on real streets like it was no big deal. Not in a parking lot, not on private property, on the road, around innocent people who had no idea a kid without a license or training was steering a vehicle behind them. Think about how dangerous that was for Jack, for the passengers, and for every single driver around him. Instead of teaching his son responsibility, Jack's dad was teaching him recklessness, all while laughing it off like it was content gold. And now we're seeing the fallout years later, because let's be real, if Jack had proper guidance early on, maybe he wouldn't be out here crashing McLarens and building a career off harassment. Maybe, just maybe, he could have become a respected creator with real influence. But the cycle of chaos doesn't stop there, because Jack Doherty's dad has been enabling him at every single turn. Instead of stepping in as a parent, he doubles down like a business partner, defending every reckless move Jack makes. And the craziest part, he's not just defending him in private, he's doing it publicly, on camera, like it's a badge of honor. Take what happened after the car crash backlash. Instead of letting his son own up to his mistakes, Jack's dad hit back at the critics, calling them haters and insisting Jack was innocent. The same man who handed his kid a car at 12 now wants us to believe his son isn't responsible for anything. That's not protection, that's denial, and it's dangerous. And it doesn't end with driving stunts or flashy gifts. Jack's dad has been right there in the middle of the content machine, smiling on camera while his son builds a whole empire off disrespect and controversy. The jewelry flexes, the $1 million mansions, the OnlyFans empire. It all has his dad's fingerprints on it. The man isn't just sitting on the sidelines, he's cashing in too. What this really shows is that Jack Doherty didn't become a problem creator in a vacuum. He was molded this way by parents who never pulled him back, never set boundaries, and never told him no. Instead, they fueled it, and now Jack is running wild, dragging their family name deeper into the mud with every new stunt. And just when you think Jack Doherty might slow down, he finds a way to drag things even lower. Because instead of cleaning up his image after all the chaos, he doubled down by turning his entire lifestyle into a nonstop flex. Exotic cars, $1 million parties, cash giveaways, it's all content, and none of it shows even a hint of maturity. And right there in the background, his dad clapping along, acting like this is some kind of achievement instead of a warning sign. Think about it. This isn't a normal father-son bond. This is a partnership built on clout and controversy. Jack buys his dad luxury gifts like a $60,000 Rolex or slides him into mansions paid for with questionable earnings. And in return, his dad stands by his side, defending every reckless move. It's less about love and more about loyalty to the money. The wildest part is how public it all is. We're not guessing what happens behind closed doors. It's all on video for millions to see. From letting a 12-year-old drive to excusing a dangerous McLaren crash, to pretending to be angry about OnlyFans cash while secretly enjoying the benefits, Jack's dad has made it clear he's not interested in stopping his son. If anything, he's helping to push him further off the rails. At this point, Jack Doherty isn't just a reckless YouTuber. He's the product of years of bad parenting, where money and clout replace guidance and discipline. And now, the whole world is watching the consequences unfold in real time. So here's the real question. If Jack Doherty's parents had actually stepped in early, laid down some rules, and stopped chasing the money, could they have saved him from this downward spiral? Instead, they let fame and fast cash raise their son, and now the damage looks permanent. The early success, the millions, the attention, it didn't build Jack up, it broke him down. Now look at where he stands, banned from Kick, his reputation in shambles, and no steady income to fall back on. The same platform that thought they could ride his chaos ended up kicking him to the curb, and it's all catching up fast. But what do you think? Did his parents ruin him by enabling everything from the start? Or was Jack doomed the moment he tasted fame? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I want to hear your take. And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video if you want more deep dives into stories like this.